And we got bananas in chat from Cap the Dragon, Matt Ratza Matt, Winnie T Ford, Seister 15, Monster, BG Monstrax 1 Fan, Badger Spanner, Surprise T, Ginger H, Mir Sar, Average Martin, Twilight Purple, Ariane 2. Thank you for the bananas in chat, peeps. Appreciate it ever so much. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Saw a comment there, someone talking about Mindustry. This is not a Mindustry stream. This is a Minecraft stream, and it should have all been tagged correctly, as far as I'm aware. We're working on the golf course. You could probably tell that already by the name of this live stream, right? Look, we're working. See, we've started already. Oh, I'm so excited. This is what you tuned in for, peeps. You tuned in for this. Beautiful placement of iron bars. Let's go get some more. Yeah, we're just jumping straight into it, continuing what I was doing in my episode. So we've got noises in the ear from Average Martin for 16 months. Mellors Mealy for 19 months, saying 19 months already? It seems like 18. That's because it is 18. Do the mathematics. All of the mathematics, okay? Not some of the mathematics, all of them. Aaron 2 has subscribed for 9 months. Twitch baby in the chat right there. Thank you ever so much for your support. The Skills TTV is here subscribing. Is that what you get? 54. I thought it would have been more than that. I really did. We've also got Cold Frozen Yeti. That reminds me of last year's winter skin right there, saying, peeps, bananas. Welcome to the stream, dude. Thank you for 2 months of support. Azuka is playing, loving it, says Master Chief, who's here for 6 months. Thank you ever so much, Master Chief. You are indeed correct. The music today is the one, the only, the I, to the Z, to the O, to the Q. Izuku. Said apparently incorrectly by me. Everyone always says, assume you're saying it wrong. Probably am. Probably am, peeps. It's probably exactly what I'm doing. Let's go get some more stone bricks. We need those as well. Got the music on shuffle today. This is a song from the game that Azuku made, I believe. We also got Ravian for 4 months and Randy Nicole 2002 for 56 months in a row. That's going to get really annoying one day. Really annoying. What I need is like a volume slider so I can just slowly slide down the volume so your ears don't break. I'd still have no idea how to say Azuku, says Badger Spanner. Badger, I saw your message in chat, and you reminded me of the pre-stream music, which was Aurora. With the song about the boy in the forest, I'm so bad at absorbing words into my brain. You know, I've listened to that song 100 times. You know, it was on my screen a moment ago, and I've forgotten the name of it, just because I'm terrible. But yeah, you were saying I was obsessed. And I thought, well, how do you know I'm obsessed? Then I thought, well, actually, I'm obsessed with all the music that I listen to. Today's obsession was Entombed. Oh, classic 90s Swedish death metal. Beautiful, beautiful. Music from my childhood right there. Busted out the old Wolverine Blues. If anyone knows that record, it's amazing. It's a mix of like death metal and rock and roll. And I love it. So good to listen to that one again. And then I listened to Clandestine. I was like, oh man, this music's so great. It's so wonderful. You see, I like death metal. A lot of death metal, though, is kind of a little bit all too about how it is death metal. It's all a little bit too gore and guts. And what I like about that record is it really encapsulates an atmosphere that is in itself clandestine. It's a perfect name for the record, really. Okay, I want to put a lantern on top of these entrances, but if this one's, you know, got its own thing going on, I might just leave it as such. So yeah, I'm putting lights in and around the place. This one right here, by the way, I think we're going to turn into another one with a tree. In fact, as far as explaining myself goes, I'm pretty much going to just be building. So we'll chat while I build, you know? That kind of thing. I don't want all of these to be stone blocks is another thing as well. Need to have some little variations to keep it nice and fresh. So there you go. So yeah, pre-stream music was Aurora. Absolutely beautiful, incredible voice. Just another Scandinavian singer, again, that like blows me away. And had me listening to Anna von... Oh, I'm so bad with these names. I'm going to look it up on my computer right now. I'm going to look it up real quick. I want to get this right. Don't want to get the wrong name. Okay. Went to the wrong place. Give me a second. Badger says, I love ethereal feminine vocals with a bit of power behind them. Check out Autumn's Grey Solace. That is the most ethereal music I've ever heard. What is my computer doing? Come on, computer. I might be having computer issues. Uh-oh, I'm having computer issues. What's going on? Task manager. Uh-oh. Bear with me, peeps. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Well, that's a good start to the stream, isn't it? Try to do something else on my computer and it goes no. Right, here we go. It's loaded now. Anna von Hauswolf. Now, I knew it was something like that, Hauswolf, but in my head all I could hear was Hasselhoff, and I thought, no, don't say that. Don't say Hasselhoff. Yeah, been listening to her record again that I wrote about on my music blog and just really digging it. Django the Merc says, you're pretty musically versed. X, have you heard the most mysterious song on the internet on YouTube before? I have not. I tend to not go into the world of sort of isolated stuff on YouTube, like a lot of comedic songs and things like that. Not suggesting it's comedic, just that's not really a place I pick up music from. I tend to buy into the more traditional, established, you know, artists and bands and albums and whatnot. So I know there's a lot of like mixtape type stuff on YouTube, hours of various types of songs mixed together and stuff, but that's not really where I go for music. Asuma, are you going to build a derp counter, says Hackon. There's already one on your screen, mate. There's already one on your screen. Let's catch up with those noises in the air. We got Talisman, sir, resubscribing for 15 months, saying, I may not be finding as much time to watch your content as lately, but I appreciate you putting it out so I can appreciate what I see. That's absolutely fine, dude. Watch whatever you can. If you don't want to watch it, that's fine too. Thank you so much for your 15 months of support. We got CJB81GB657. Subscribe with Amazon Prime. We got Lucky Tiger Kid in here for 19 months saying, waiting patiently for Hermitcraft Season 100. It must never end. Infinity Hermitcraft. Blues Wolf 1996 is here for 3 months saying, beautiful. Now how will you make it up to Doc? I'd say stay tuned. You'll find out what's happening between me and Doc in the next episode of our seasons. Also, Block Engineer 3 is here for 4 months saying, happy holidays, X. I hope you have an amazing holiday season. Keep up the great work. Thank you, dude. Also, Darth Ninja 18 for 16 months saying, whoop whoop, 16 months indeed. Thank you everyone, as always, ever so much for your tremendous support. Keeping this going. I appreciate it. I hope you're entertained and having a good time. Right. Man, this song is the jam right here. Okay, so what we've got to do in this spot is create a little thing. A little thing is what we've got to create. You'll see what the thing is, don't you worry. I think it's like maybe 3. We'll make it 3 blocks tall. Yeah, that's actually probably pretty good. And it's on that middle one that we need a lantern. Boop. And there we go, that's the entrance to the next one. Okay, so this one right here is pretty much tidied up to some extent. I feel like there should be a wall here. Let's go ahead and help build one. I've just noticed something. I have run out of andesite blocks. So for the moment we will cheap it and do without. Yeah, there's some sort of changing of the walls here that I just don't understand. Okay, let's get rid of that and put it on a little stick. Kabooey. Kabooey, I just made up a word. Green has demised, says Runimosis. Green has demised, so has False. 2 entered the dead quarters, both of them are clearly cursed. Okay, so there's an entrance here. So that means that this, if these things are 3 wide, is is actually where the next bit is going to go. Let's make it happen. 1, 2, 3. Then we have stairs. 3 bars. 1, 2, 3. Lantern there. And over here we go. Cool, so 2 entrances side by side in a way there. We got a noise in the ear though from Exiled Gaming, subscribing with Amazon Prime. Entity Cramming, resubscribing for 12 months, that's a whole year right there. Goldie Face in chat saying, hi Sumo, I hope you're having a great stream. I'm having a fantastic stream, thanks for asking dude. Hope you're enjoying it. Dr. Beans is also here, subscribing as well. Thank you as always peeps, ever so much for your tremendous support. Hope you're having a great time. Fur Crack Trifes says, the funny part is that Grian got the death quarters without sweating it. He did get through it without sweating it, but he didn't solve the secrets of the dead quarters just yet. Maybe Doc M, the next challenger, will be able to solve it. You'll have to wait and see. Look at me, creating suspense. Oh, masterful. Right, let's go get some andesite, because I ran out of that. So does that mean there is more dead people than alive? I think it's even at the moment. I think we've got an even split. Which is all good in the hood. Okay, down here I should have a... was it grey? That one has my andesite. Cool. We're a little bit on the low side. Yeah, let's grab some extra stone, as we're going to want to use that as well. We're probably going to end up putting a lot more iron bars in. 1, 2, 3. 2. And there it is. Bam, lots of iron bars. Sweet. I have new trap ideas, says Black Op Chief. If you have trap ideas, tweet them at the hermits who are dead. I'm sure they'd appreciate some tips on what they could be doing, you know? I'd certainly appreciate it. However, I don't know how many traps I'm going to set up right now, just because I am focused on, you know, other things. Like this, golf, for example, is one of the other things I'm doing at the moment. So I'm not sure when I'm going to make my next trap. We got R-Podong, or sorry, R-Pod-On-Ong. Subscribe with Amazon Prime. Potanu0 is here for 3 months, 4 months even, saying, what are your thoughts on Tenacious D? And Endorium is here for 5 months, saying, woo! Thank you ever so much for your support, as always, Pete. Appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for resubscribing and doing all of that magic. My thoughts on Tenacious D? Never got pulled into their music. However, they were kind of like popular at a time when I was more closed-minded. So, you know, that's the thing. I loved the Pick of Destiny, though. I thought that was terrific. Some of the songs, just the general comedy of it, really loved it. Thought it was funny. School of Rock, too, I seem to remember being pretty decent. Favourite thing I think I've seen Jack Black in, and forgive me if my memory does not serve me well enough to remember some other thing that he's done or not, but him in Jumanji was brilliant. I really think that movie's great. It kind of just looks like you know, a not so great remake or whatever. I don't know why they wanted to call that movie Jumanji. They could have easily not tied it to that old movie and it would have just been fantastic as its own thing. But he really made that movie hilarious for me. He was the best character. Cats in chat there saying it's a quite well-made movie. It is. It's a really good one. You know, it is obviously family-friendly and, you know, it's not a deep movie. It's just a light-hearted comedy. I think if you take things for what they are, you can really appreciate that sometimes. I just thought it was a nice, good, fun movie to watch, you know. Not everything has to be a deep, artistic masterpiece. And, yeah, it was pretty good. Are you joking? Jumanji was terrible. Had nothing to do with Jumanji, says Kawisvek. Well, if you listen to the full extent of my opinion there, I did say there was no reason for them to tie it to the original Jumanji. And I kind of watched that in the good frame of mind of like, let's just see what this is and try and enjoy it. And that allowed me to not sit and watch it thinking, this isn't as good as Jumanji, you know, because that's one of my childhood movies right there. And some people feel a little bit like protective over things like that, right? I try not to get into that. I just think it's a waste of energy most of the time. So I went into it with kind of like a positive mindset of just like, hey, let's try and enjoy this. And I did enjoy it. I thought it was really good. Good, funny movie. Light-hearted. Lots of good jokes. And like I said, Jack Black, I thought really made the comedy work. I think it also helps if you like Kevin Hart as well. Okay, so there we go. We've got more iron bars in place. Now it's this lot next. This lot. Oh, this lot of iron bars, eh? Have you heard Orcside? The BG music you have has similar vibes. I'm enjoying the jam, says Fader Doom. I haven't. You can feel free to tweet it at me. I listen to my... I read my tweets. I take suggestions, you know. Always looking for new stuff to listen to. Black Jack was pretty good in the game Brutal Legend, says the Puka. The Puka in chat, the one and only. I have not seen that. No, wait, you said game. Yeah. Brutal Legend. It does sound familiar though, like maybe it was something from a while back. I'm not sure. No, Brutal Legend. Isn't that like a heavy metal game from like maybe just 3 or 4 years ago, perhaps? It's starting to ring a bell now. You see, it already rang a bell. The bell ring is just getting louder. Jeez, that thing needs to calm down. I can barely hear myself talk. Okay, enough with the nonsense. We need more stone bricks. And we got him. Got him. Alright, I'm filling some of these bits as well. Cool. So we've got a plot over here, like fresh and ready to go. If we just step back, this one's entirely done. I've done the wall all the way around. That's terrific. Yeah, we'll make like a pass on this. I'm just going to keep going and then we'll make a pass and we'll go around and figure out, hey, look, we kind of did everything here, you know? We've got a noise in the ear from Ninja Horizon 508, subscribing with Amazon Prime, and the greatest Dr. MC Jenkins gifted a sub to General P29. Thank you for your generosity supporting the community there. General P29, you are now the recipient of a subscription thanks to the greatest Dr. MC Jenkins. You reminded me of someone on the internet who makes music. Is it Ronald Jenkins or something? This dude with like wicked keyboards who just makes like amazing music on it. That guy's old school. We also got Pony Hunter 11876 resubscribed for 7 months saying, wow, how time flies. Glad to catch another stream. Good to have you with us, Pony. Thank you for your 7 months of support. I hope you enjoyed today's one. Ronald Jenkins, I think Royalty 3 says ZYX. That is the guy. That's the guy. The name sounds right. It sounds right there. There we go. Aha, this is the next one. So where does this one end actually? Because I don't know who made this, but it starts down there. Kind of looks like a multiple choice system. Head up here. That's the end. So we'll move the end on this one. Although it does look like maybe they tried to add a path, but for that reason, for those reasons, I'm out. What's that quote from? Oh, that's from H3, isn't it? Let's put it here, because there's kind of like a bit of an exit. So that'll be our free wide segment. So down there, 1, 2, 3. Maybe I can get some feedback from all of you, some opinions or something on something. Devin asking a chat about other people joining Hermitcraft who aren't as friendly. I believe by friendly you probably mean swearing. Anything's possible, but I think it's kind of a big thing with Hermitcraft now. Like, we're not specifically like family friendly. We're not trying to put that label on anything we do, but we are, for the most part, a bunch that don't really swear. I think 1 or 2 people use that kind of language, but for the most part we don't. It just ended up being like that, you know. When we all got together in the beginning, most of us just kind of didn't do that on YouTube, so yeah, it just didn't end up being that way. X, do you still play guitar? Says Reddy. Not very often. It's been a while since my last jam, but I tell you what, every time I think about it, I'm like, I really want to play. And I'll definitely have some jam sessions in my month off in January. Really looking forward to that. Have you ever gotten emotional during a season ending like Hermitcraft, says Footlonghawk? I'm a pretty emotional person. Like, oh my goodness me, I feel like emotions really strongly when I do. The other day I got hit with a wave of it. Like, there's this song that, like, you know, kind of like what did you say? It pulls on my heartstrings, right? And it just came on the other day, and I just felt so overwhelmed. Yeah, so some days it's like really, I can be quite vivid, and a lot of the time not so much, because I've kind of trained myself to be smart with how I feel, like realize that your feelings can get in the way of yourself sometimes. So, why was we talking about this? It's just that moment where you're like, hang on a second, what started this conversation off? Oh yeah, being emotional. So like, you know, with Hermitcraft, like hell yeah, like there's been loads of like really emotional moments in the history of Hermitcraft, especially when we like hit milestones, or in the early days like some sort of perhaps recognition from elsewhere. Because I love Hermitcraft. It's like been such a fantastic, incredible thing. Like probably one of the most incredible things I've been a part of in my life, right? So a lot of what Hermitcraft is emotional to me. But not so much sad when a season ends. Like I always try to look at things like a new beginning. Because again, like I said, very emotional, but I try to manage my emotions, try and be smart about them, because it can be so easy to get pulled into like nostalgia and those kind of instinctive reactions that you might have to something. It's better for me to think things through a little bit and go, hang on a minute, like, you know, does this really need to be felt in this way? A lot of the time the answer is kind of yeah, but sometimes you can overreact, sometimes you can play into your own emotions a little too much. At least that's how I feel. Yeah, it's a bit of a strange thing to describe, because I think a lot of people kind of go through life with emotions being their compass and who they are. Which is not to say I don't feel that way, but like, I don't let it get the better of me, and I don't let it get in the way. If that makes sense. Cool, we're going to make the exit 3 wides, just because most of them are 3 wide. This is fantastic. I'm enjoying this, just going around and making everything a little bit more uniform. Apparently I actually started off with 2 wide. So, I don't know when they became 3 wide, but in which case I think I might actually just undo that. For me, we'll have a couple of 2 wide bits then, since it's already set up that way. And then I guess that means they don't have a lantern on top. Oh, that one over there we'll keep. Yep, that'll do. We have got a lot of noises in the ear all of a sudden. I'm like, geez, what's going on over here? Oh, I see. Oh my goodness me. Whoa! Jesus! Okay, these noises are going to be going on for a while. Someone's just gifted 100 subs. My goodness me. My goodness me. If I'd have looked over, I wonder how long till I would have cottoned on that these noises in the ear just keep on going. I didn't even know you could gift that many. That's incredible. Felix the Mustache, thank you ever so much for your generosity. The support, as you know, was well and truly appreciated. And I'm going to read out the names of everyone in just a moment. But yeah, if you're listening right now, you know, you might want to check how many peeps we've got. 1,158 peeps are watching. So that's like, you know, it's less than 1 in 100, but those odds are pretty good when you're watching a live stream, I'd say, you know. I also think it doesn't gift to people who are already subbed, so we've got a few sub people tuning in. The odds sound good, basically. But Felix, thank you so much. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Okay, here we go. Let's scroll all the way back first. Oh my, this is going to take me a while. It's going to take me a while. Oh, jeez. Stump052 has subscribed with Amazon Prime. And Sir Thanks a Lot is here for 41 months in a row, saying banana, 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 terracotta, banana, terracotta, terracotta pie. Thank you, Sir Thanks a Lot. I appreciate your support. We've also got William Reed subscribing. Felix Mustaches, I wait. I'm not the first. I believe you might be the first to gift 100 in one go. That's all I know. Right, I'm going to make this one here 3 wide. We will read them out in a moment. Let's just do a teeny tiny bit more building here. And let's conclude what we were talking about. I think we did actually conclude, didn't we? Just emotions and stuff. I also wanted to talk about something else, but we'll read these names out first. So, got another thing on my mind to do with Asuma Says channel and stuff. Right, there we go. Looking good. So this plot here now has iron bars all the way around. It has its lanterns in the corners. And goodness me, we're going to be here all day. You've done it again, Felix. You've done it again. Well done. You know, we should get like a stopwatch on this when I have to read out all the names. Because I think the rest of the stream is just going to have ding-dong sounds. And I'm going to be reading these names out for a while. Okay, there's ladders on the side here. I think I might leave this bit as such. Although the ladders aren't really necessary for anything. Because you can kind of go back up the stairs there. Yeah, actually I'm going to get rid of these ladders then. And do I have an axe? I have an axe. This is the craziest rendition of Jingle Bells I've ever heard, says Generally Zod. Brilliant. Who is this mad lad? Because I want the job they have, says that one fangirl. This mad lad is Felix the Mustache. Okay, I am actually going to get to those, reading them out now, okay? I'm just going to finish up this, and then we'll do it. So someone better get a stopwatch ready. Actually, I might do it myself. I'm going to get... Yeah, I've got a phone. I'll get a stopwatch. Okay, here we go. Let's put pretty things in the background. Wait, that's a good point. This is the Hermitcraft server. Let me get some rockets. Let's stand in front of something beautiful. And I might stand in something that I'm a little bit biased towards. Okay, there we go. Here we go. There we go. Love that building. Alright. Stopwatch at the ready. Okay, so when you hear your name being read out loud, you are now a subscriber, so you can throw and assume a love heart into chat. Send one Felix the Mustache's way for gifting an incredible amount of subs here, supporting the community. You now all have emotes and all of that cool stuff. I'm going to time myself reading 200 names of peeps who tuned in today that are now subscribers. This might take a while. Okay. I'm going to go... Rap God time, says Night DMG. Brilliant. Is it about to turn to night? Okay, before the zombies come and kill... Oh. Cub, can you sleep? I got a hot cup of tea here. I haven't even sipped yet. Let's sip it quickly. Right, after I read these names out, got to drink the rest of this. It's already gone a bit to the cool side. I'm the sleep master. That says good. I am a master sleeper is actually what it says, and that doesn't say good. That sounds good. Okay, so... Here we go. Right, I'm on the other screen, and I'm going to click start, and we're just going to read them. Right, here we go. Anders Vev 7, The Jella, Kiki the Champ, Fee Blocks, Lentium 1476, Rundistry Kearney, Yum'un, Gigadox, Hyeg Simonian, Baka Motu, Alex K HB70, Hedgehog 28, The Fincraft, Luracasmus, Salad is food too. I love salads. Draco Sun, Heavy Metal Miner, Bianca, Fladaner's Hers, Data Watermelon, Super Zip, JB Shy Guy, Melon Macro, Pavement Humper, love that name. Zombies Apple, Takeover Gamer, It's a Cash Araya, I definitely butchered that one. KCL Poop, Real Frogo Man, Samanka 11 Powerless, Jack the Rapper, Brawl Jeff 111 stars, Antonio Kitten Lee, Jarosky 10188, Tough Cow, Hyogen, Cali X, DGen 05, Panda Star 6, Glazed Donut 123, Smart Banana 000, Ranny 52, The Weddle, The Matrix Pill, Static Cats, Stuff Things 1, Carl Hendricks F, Blast Ace, Ven 07 Free, Bread 3D Butter, Bowie Base 11, Ed W77 VK, Deboo, Jed Roog, Dead Rough, Varu 09, Oh, they just jumped off the screen. Let's find those again. Varo09 was the last one. Why did they jump off the screen? They jumped off the screen again! This is not good. Okay, this is slowing me down. Okay, here we go. Nice Posture EEE. Robot Plays. Aether Quarterheart. Biscott Shooter. Falcon TLS. Sazzy. Rick Mina 28. Rubble Behelal. Jordan to Music. Ragnar DMW. Tef Giraffe. Mini Gamma 60. Sleepy Doodoo. Moyalizer. I butchered that one. Ace Boy I. Racer Master Jake 4592. Refrax Digger 69. Plushy the Weeaboo. Amanda 2489. Tau Superhero. And me 008. Builder of Pyramids. Julavu. DLS 4WK. Wolkai. Colonel Nold, Blaze Water 0929, Tinfoil Man, Esp Kerr, Tommy Leon, Ellie Ryan, 83231, 40 TDE, Damo 88, Doxers 111, Agriel 90, Kitty Pitty Girl, Chrissy Bose, Flub, Flues Bub Does, No Drog 72, Poke Beast 202, Alma V. That's the first 100 subs. Woo! Okay, halfway there. Let's keep going. I'm going to try even faster. More butchering of the names. Copper Solenoid. Berin Camlost. Blayaku. Arc Please. Big Bray 10. Alahalabalah Bonk Karakaka. Little Battle. Elf Anti 123HS. Johnny Up Twitch Viewer 183. Pony Michelle. Toto Pro Zero. DX IM Yuku, Floratech Pegaroo, Perk Abeth Free Chase, Ollie Avivia, Azzy XXXXX, Bender Wiggins 827, Mericilius, Quant an Alien. I've never butchered so many names in my life. Fueled by Octane, Daniel Gorthrope, Winnie 042. Takov 05, Rico Zinnyhop, Scravy, Ars Arizo, Zeva 99, Buster Atlas, Azza HD, 17 Holt Ja, Alicia 2241, 60p, Karen Kirby, Nautical J, Emmy Das Alpaca, there we go. Randomly Pointless, Lukey Manor, Hobbit Killer 003, Ali Hank Antikinalsaran, oh jeez, I'm butchering them, Mr. Stevens Gaming, Aldo 35353, Jelly B, The Phoenix, Subruno, Night Track, Mr. Grinch 28, Epoch 888, The Zexar, Chaotically Neutral 99, T. Sahoff Time, Demiquire, Darfjaw 5, Phaedoros, Rapidfire 9656, Electron Controller Silver, Skeleton, JC9896, Shadow Photon 89, Miami Thurenda, Magma Destroyer, Joe WJY, Frenzalo, It, Panthergels, Hazard 350, Rogue AM, Tho Squad, KO73, L Doom on Your Horse, The Drone 21, Hoffy I, I Hamster I, Cedris, Diemen, Bacton 82, Hermitcraft Panda, Hey I'm K Carolina, Helios YZ, I Am Here Not, Hinokami 00, Alpha, Issy, Pinker Lion 116, The Mad 227, MC Titiana, Meat Pie, Mustached Man 83, Luemel Tobago Toby, Sesso 2, Daniela Full, Dream Shock, Bogdan 555, Ghost Bear 77, Uoni 1, Disco Dex, Sea Bear 42, Mega Blockster Lobster, Stein Key 2011 and VY Kintux. 200 names read out in 6 minutes and 45 seconds. Whoo! Goodness me. Goodness me. There's a few more though. Captain Dopey has subscribed. One and Digital has resubscribed for 5 months. Syntax Error 37 for 34 months. I'm a little tongue-tied at the moment. Prince Nicholas and Cork Bots have subscribed as well. Thank you ever so much, peeps, for your tremendous support. Thank you, Felix the Mustache, for 6 minutes 45 seconds of name reading. I did it, peeps. I didn't butcher a single one of them, by the way. All of them were 110% correct. Now, I know you're thinking, wait a minute, X, 110% correct? How is that possible? I don't know, it just is. It's just now possible, because I said so, alright? Jellybee says, my first banana in chat. Thank you for the banana in chat. Means that we're live on the twitch.tv/theassumer. Okay, that sounded like a wither being spawned. Did I just hear the wither sound? I think I probably did. So let's go around and just double, triple check some of the stuff. I decided to leave the iron bars off these bits on the very edges over here, which I didn't do on the other area. Now I'm thinking consistency's sake, we'll do this over here as well, right? Maybe not quite the way we've done it everywhere else, or maybe I will. See, once you start doing things consistently in one area, it then just becomes like a disease that spreads. And you're like, I've got to do this everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Okay, that disease has successfully spread. Just calling it a disease now. Oh, there you go. Cub is definitely fighting the wither. Or was that the Ender Dragon? I'm not sure. There's so many sounds. You know, how could I possibly remember them all? Anyway, talking points for today's stream. There was a little something that I wanted to talk to all of y'all about. So, on my Asuma Says channel, I think now that that's been running for a while, I've started to feel myself, like, a topic's in my head, and I get to this point where I feel like I can talk about it all of a sudden. And usually I bring that to the live streams, right? And we'll still talk about stuff on the live streams, but I've also found, like, the last few videos that I've done, where I've just sort of gone, you know, I'm thinking about this now, let's just record this now instead of talking about it later on a stream when I'm distracted by other things. And those videos have done really well on the channel, and I think it might just be a new way that I make videos over there. So I might just go, I'm gonna, you know, do this, right? Like, I'm just gonna sit down and record this thing and go, there it is, there's me talking about something. And I've done that with the Google Stadia, did it with the Rewind, did it with the letter from Susan, the CEO of YouTube, and those perform really well. And I almost did it for another one the other day, but I was just a bit pressed for time and I decided not to. But I'm just wondering, for those of you that are subscribed to the Asuma Says channel, do you like that? Do you think it's better? Is it noticeably better when I'm not distracted by a computer game talking about something? Like, what do you think about that? And do you think I should continue pursuing that? Because I am very much thinking that might be a better way to make content on there, is just to sit down and be like, hey, these things are on my mind, let's talk about them. Also, there's no passageway from... Oh, there is, right here. Let's go ahead and build this little connection here. I don't care either way. Yeah, cool, like a podcast, says Jurek. Yeah, like a podcast, just... I like the talky ones, no spoilers when watching streams, though. Not to be rude, but it is much better, says Mad Boy. It's not rude at all, I also think it's better. I mean, I'm literally distracted by playing a computer game. I am an IR, I get off topic, you know, there's lots of cuts because of the back and forth nature of what I'm talking about and doing other things. I think it's a natural progression to go in that direction. Okay, let's get some more lanterns up in here. Let's also sleep the night away. It feels more serious when I think you don't play it during a game, says Papai. Yeah, that'll probably do the same sort of thing as well. I really like any kind of content, to be completely honest, says Jascree. Well, that's cool if you like any of it. I think most people like, you know, both. It's just, I think one's better, and it seems some people might agree. Now let's grab some torches. And then some... Man, Cub is going at it. Let's make that many. And then I want to put those two back in there, pick those up, and go make some lanterns. Sweet. 27 of them, that's good. Chat takes the topic in a different direction, which can add something. Tuxaban, very good point. The feedback, the live feedback. is good. You know, maybe I could just have like a stream where it just, the Assumer Says stream, right? Just sit and talk. So anyway, here was something that I was going to sit down and talk about, and then I just didn't have the time to do it. But it became like a big deal online. This H3 over is cancelled thing, right? Now, I know some people who watch the H3 podcast, watch and listen to me, and they know when I'm talking about it, because Ethan is a comedian. He's always having a goof and a gaff, and he will say things that are just kind of deliberately edgy and, you know, are going to upset some people out there. And I personally feel, when it comes to comedy, that if you're offended by something, that's your problem and not someone else's. I can't think of ever watching a comedian and feeling like I should change what they would say, or this or that. And if I disagree with them, which I happen to disagree with a lot of comedians sometimes, you know, because we all have little thoughts and we've all got different ideas, I don't then feel the need to be like offended or like, you know, like I've got to go do something about it or say something about it. I think within the context of comedy, everything's fair play, and I think it's better when your comedy has a point behind it. And I think a lot of what he does doesn't really have a point behind it other than being a goof and trying to get a laugh. And so anyway, this latest thing, he upset a lot of people who are fans of K-pop with these remarks that he was saying. And when I was listening to it, I was like, you're just going to upset so many people. I didn't even think like what he was saying was particularly funny, but people get like upset and offended by this stuff. So before we go any further with what I was going to say, although I've said most of it, what do you peeps think of that so far? Did anyone watch it? Was anyone offended? Like, let's hear your take on that whole thing, and then maybe I'll say more about it, you know. But, you know, he's not going to say anything. Like, he could sit there and go, oh, lame, you know, Minecraft YouTubers sitting around playing Minecraft all day, you know, streaming and all this. Take the piss all you like. I'm not going to be upset about it. I know who I am. I know what I want to do and what I enjoy. There's a line between comedy that happens to be offensive and comedy where the main point is to be offensive, says Dek Zek. I find the problem with lines is that everyone then thinks the line is somewhere different for each individual thing. So I think in the context of comedy, like it's pretty much, for me, it's all or nothing. Like, they can say whatever they like and it can be comedy. And if it's really offensive to someone, or if someone who doesn't really get offended, thinks that's terrible, that's vulgar, I disagree with you, it's not something that I then shout from the rooftops about, because I understand the context of trying to make a joke out of something, because a lot of comedy does come from dark places, you know, it does come from difficult things, and everyone just has a different kind of idea in their mind of what works and what doesn't. We all react differently to jokes. By the way, we've got more noises in my ear. Cork Bots is here subscribing with Amazon Prime. Prince Nicholas is here subscribing as well. We've also got Sniper1974 for 44 months in a row saying, hi X, how are you today? I'm doing fantastic, Sniper, thanks for asking. We also got the one and only Eagle Fam here with the cheers and the bits saying anything and everything is possible. Except time travel. Unless you travelled in time to send that message, then who knows. Eagle Fam, thank you ever so much, I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying today's stream. Wait, 2 of the Dragon Bros as demise, says Scrab Apple, that is true. OX, your voice sounds so tired. I don't know how you did read so many names in 7 minutes. Well, it's late in the day for me, so it's probably going to start to swing that way. And I'd really like to continue our conversation here, but I do just need to take bearing of where we're currently at and what I'm going to do next. That's going to be like a perdified area. I think we'll focus on perdifying that like this. Excuse me, a little bit of a burp going through my system. And I might perdify this one over here as well, but we'll just do that one in the corner first. Let's go get a tree planted on the plot. Actually, let's do a dark oak tree this time. Voyeuris says, I love dark comedy, but dark comedy can be sympathetic with the suffering of life, like a cynic, perhaps. What's his name? George Carlson. It's George Carlson, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think the idea with dark comedy, depending on how you interpret it, for me, you take something that's horrible and vile in the world, and then when you put it inside of a joke, in my mind, it always connects the human element. It always makes me feel like, yeah, we can all suffer that. We can all go through that. And in a way, it can kind of diminish the power of the thing that's negative. People are now throwing up Jimmy Carr. Jimmy Carr's one of my favourite. He's one of those ones who can split the sides, so to speak, you know, give you the pains because the jokes are so funny. Ricky Gervais is probably my all-time favourite comedian. And yeah, that dark humour to me, it's like, it's never actually about what it's about, what you think it's about. It's not like going, like if the joke's about cancer, it's not like you're laughing at people with cancer. You're making laughter out of cancer to make it therapeutic, to be like, we have this dark thing in the world and now let's laugh at it. It diminishes its power. For me, that's, you know, and I know there's people out there that just really don't see it that way, and that's fine. I think some people do just see it differently, but I wish more people would get it, you know, because it's, a lot of the time it's not like aimed at who you think it is or what you think it is, in my experience. False died in her last stream. Cub got her in the end, says Bouty. Was Cub actually like chasing her, or was it one of his traps? Atom says a German comedian is making a lot of jokes about Greta Thunberg, and all the climate change deniers are taking it way too seriously. Media doesn't also help. I don't know anything about that, but I don't really know a lot about Greta Thunberg as well, but I did sort of catch wind that she was like saying a lot of stuff. Like, she was a young person going in front of world leaders and stuff and saying, you need to step up and sort out this problem of global warming and all of that. And to me, that was like totally admirable. I thought it was awesome, and yet the internet seemed to rip on her, and that's fine if you want to rip on her. Like I said, like, it's not something that offends me. So some comedian using her as a target of the jokes, offense just isn't like my response. You know, my response would be like what I just said. Alright, you made those jokes, but here's what I think about that person. Share your feelings, share your thoughts. Other people will probably go, yeah, you're right. Or maybe not. You know, like, but I just don't get the value of offence. Like, what does it mean to go, oh, I'm offended? She has been named Times Person of the Year, says Winnie T. Ford. I mean, that sounds great to me. Oh, jeez, I need a shovel. Let's go get a shovel. When does a joke cease to be a joke and become harassment, says Geeksman World? There is an interesting question, because as we all know, like, bullying, for example, can start with a joke, right? And then at some point, you're like, hang on a minute. I think intent is probably the word you'd throw about there. And again, if someone really wants to be malicious, they could certainly use comedy as a guise to hide their intent. Adam Hart says, I thought Baby Yoda was Person of the Year. Oh, man. Baby Yoda, Person of the Year. Brilliant. If you're offended, just look away, says Chronemics. And also, I wouldn't say, like, if you're offended, look away. I say, why are you offended in the first place? Like, what is offence? I really don't get it. I just think people should have, like, the right to say what they want to say, you know? You just don't have to agree with it, is all. I'm gonna go look at me. I'm terribly unfocused. We need to wrap this up. Likewise, critiques can be made into jokes if you're clever, but a roast isn't funny to everyone unless the roastie is on board, says Voyagerist. Yeah, it seems so. It's a tricky thing, right? Once again, one of those topics that can take you deep into the greys, the unknowns, the this and that's. Right, the things that I need are glowstone, really, to lay down a path. Let's look at what I got in here that I don't need as well. So what's not useful to me right now? These things, probably not those. I think we're done with our stone bricks at the moment. Gonna plant, so I'll probably want some more wool, some more glowstone. There we go, a couple of those. Should be some wool somewhere around here. One extra of those. Probably going to need more leaves is the other thing. And there you go, lots of leaves. probably need some dirt for terraforming as well. So let's see how we get on with this. I feel like a lot of people don't see the line between jokes and being really offensive. People should know where to stop, but I agree that you have the right to say anything they want. They should avoid vulgarity and swearing, says Satanistic Angel. I don't know about that. Like, I think people should be able to swear if they want to. It's not something I particularly enjoy doing, but I don't see like who I would be to tell someone else they can or can't do that. Like, I don't know. It's a tricky one, right? Geeksman's Well says, I would hope that X takes offence to things like racism and bigotry. The paradox of universal tolerance is that some things can't be tolerated. There you go. You called it a paradox, right? Like silencing those who want to take away your rights to free speech. You have to then take away their right to free speech, apparently. It's a very fickle topic, right? You go down the rabbit hole fast with it. Okay, let's have this thing scoot over a little bit before it goes up. Oh, that looks terrible. That literally looks terrible right there. But yeah, I probably am offended by actual racism and actual acts of bigotry, etc. It's weird now, because whenever it's in the context of comedy, like, the idea of offence makes no sense to me. This one's a little lower, I might... we'll probably just keep it. Hey X, have you started to think about thinking... have you started to think about thinking to think about maybe thinking to start thinking about thinking that maybe you should think about possibly thinking of making a face reveal yet, says LGS. I can't help but feel that might have been a little poke at me for thinking about stuff too much. Oh, I just had a little bit of a thought as to something I did earlier over here. Let's actually run around this thing. Can I climb back up there from here? Yeah, looks like it. When I made the up and down bit here, yeah, you only need... Right. Yeah, just as long as you do the transition and you put down the fence posts. I don't know, I thought maybe what I might have done is missed them here because you're walking in this direction, but you can walk in both directions, so that's just going to cross my mind. Is there a list of the tweaks you use in your personal vanilla tweaks pack, says Techio? Yeah, there is. I've got a page on the website dedicated to my own pack. I love the fence post trick so much, says Cherba. It's great, isn't it? It's really great. So we're going to put those there, and thus these will be them. A little off topic, but have you found any of the merments gone beehive hunting? What's the merments? Hermits have gone beehive hunting. We're in 1.14. We're not in 1.15 yet. Not updating straight away. Going back to the topic though, what I originally wanted to just talk about in response to all of that, once I sort of prefaced it with, like, you know, offence and comedy and whatnot, is like the whole K-pop thing. The thing is, like, he didn't like K-pop and now he's like ripping on it and using that as a joke, right? I personally look at K-pop, it reminds me of like Backstreet Boys and pop groups that I didn't really like when I was growing up. In fact, I strongly disliked that. But as I've gotten older now, pop music just doesn't like wind me up or bother me. Like, I used to have a bit of an elitist opinion of like, that's not real music, factory industry music. But it's people enjoy it, and it's not like listening to it makes your ears explode, right? Like, it is still music, and because of that, I've checked out the K-pop stuff, and to me, it's like I appreciate it a bit more this time around because you can enjoy that stuff, especially the music videos. Like, all the dancing and choreography is pretty damn impressive. But it's like the pop music that I grew up with on crack, basically. It is like amped up to the next level. It is quite remarkable, especially some of the music videos. Just the amount of colour and vibrance and things going on. It's pretty impressive. I personally don't like K-pop, but I'll respect your opinion if you do, says Takeo. Yeah, I'm not flying the flag for K-pop or anything. I'm just, I don't know, just hating takes up so much energy, and like, It's really not something that terrible, is it? K-pop music isn't inherently banned, but fans fetishizing the real people and the fact that they literally scout 8-year-olds for Korean streets to test if they'll be good for a band future because they're good looking. Well, two things there that I would also comment on. Yeah, the fandom can be pretty crazy, but it's the same thing we had back in the 90s and whatnot. Like, there used to be these videos of, like, I don't know where you would see them, but like girls screaming at the front of a concert and passing out. In fact, I think I remember seeing a video of this Michael Jackson concert where there was just a constant stream of bodies coming over from the front of the crowd. Now, this might have also been before more regulations to crowd control came in, so crowds might have been more dangerous then, but like you could see that like the level of obsessive fandom was kind of there, and it was kind of orchestrated to some extent through advertising and creating social pressures on people as well, right? So in terms of fandom, if someone wants to say that like the fandom is crazy and whatnot, I mean, it kind of always was with pop music. That's kind of like one of the things that's built around it. And if you want to say it's crazy, which I personally look at it sometimes and think this doesn't look healthy, no one's who's inside of that is probably gonna be very receptive to you criticizing them in that way. The Beatles, yeah, Sam Barone, yeah, the Beatles, great example. There's some crazy videos of them like flying into the States and just hordes of screaming girls like going absolutely mental for them. That hysteria is a thing that's part of the culture, and the hysteria is kind of crazy from the outside. Pony Hunter, thank you for letting the raiders know. I just spotted it out of the corner of my eye. Hypnotized with the raid. We are talking about K-pop, offense, jokes, controversies, all sorts of things. All sorts of things. Hypno, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you're doing well. I'll speak to you later, of course. We've got a meeting this evening. And welcome all the raiders. Also, noises in the ear. We got Hackon 422556 for 10 months. Harassment has subscribed. Spectrum Temper. And Randy Nicole has gifted a sub to Silent Crimes. Thank you for gifting the sub, Randy. Appreciate it. Silent Crimes, thank you for 7 months of support right there. We also got Jay Harvey doing cheers for throwing bits. Thank you, Jay Harvey. I appreciate it. Appreciate it ever so much. Mad Cow Chow says, I'm totally lost with the convo. Alright, let's bring it back. So it was about K-pop, this controversy and what this guy said on it. And I think you got the right to make jokes about anything, really, and I think that offence is something that is for an individual to have and not to scream and shout about to the rest of the world. If it's about more serious things like bigotry and hatred, then yeah, the topic is going to get different and difficult. But just keeping it about this controversy with the jokes this guy was making about K-pop, I just started to comment on how, you know, like, I'm not like one of these people who's gonna scream and shout I hate K-pop, because I don't. I don't go and seek out pop music like that, but I've checked out K-pop, and you know what, like, some of it's pretty impressive from a perspective of just appreciating it for what it is, which is something I didn't do when I was a kid. Like, I couldn't stand pop music, but, you know, I kind of look at it differently now a little bit, I guess. But I see some really strong parallels between the kind of pop music of the 90s and like what this K-pop music is. It's clearly like heavily influenced and inspired by a lot of that American bubblegum pop. And then we had a comment from chat talking about how there were two sides. What was it? The fandom side we just talked about, how crazy some of the fandom around pop groups can get. And then the other side is the industry side of it, the pressures that can be created on those young people. And I've heard people throwing around comments about K-pop stars having died early or suicided from the pressure, and I don't really know anything about that. That obviously sounds very tragic, and I would have to like look into it more before saying too much about it. It sounds kind of plausible, you know, like the pressures of fame can, you know, there's plenty of examples of the pressures of fame being too much for many film stars and musicians and whatnot over history, so it is in no way surprising that perhaps that could happen. Yeah, so if the industry had some negative aspects to it, I would not be surprised, but like I said, I don't really know too much about that. But it wouldn't shock me, it wouldn't surprise me if you went, hey, look, this industry is really aggressive and a lot of young people get sucked up into these high pressure environments. That wouldn't surprise me. Geekman's World says, I think if you really examine the Western music industry, you'll find a lot of similarities. Oh yeah, and what I'm saying, not exclusively applying it to the Koreans at all. Yeah, could happen anywhere. Probably has happened a lot in Western cultures as well, right? I mean, look at what happened to Britney Spears, for example. Like, the press, and Michael Jackson. I mean, retroactively with Michael Jackson, things are a lot more sketchy. But with Britney Spears, like, she just got absolutely torn down by the press. I mean, it was practically abuse. Now, you know, for some reason, people sometimes seem to think there's some sort of justification if you're like a public figure or a pop star that, oh yeah, that's all right that you get treated like that. But yeah, they really like tore her apart. I don't remember it so specifically now because it was years and years ago. But like, just the impression in my mind is just her sort of being dragged through the mud by the media. It's like the machine kind of gets all it can out of you and then spits you out. Again, you know, I think actually this should probably go a little bit higher once it's around the corner. Let's actually move this little bit here back. I liked K-pop before BTS were popular, but I'm old enough that I didn't get emotionally engrossed. It's always just been an art for me. The problem with what that guy said is that he doesn't like it. It's that he was calling these artists Asian slurs that Asian men get called a lot. Yeah, and Mango, you know, I didn't find that funny, what he was saying. I feel like, you know, he's attempting to be funny, and for me, it just didn't make me laugh, really. Because like you said, just ended up using slurs, and it didn't really go anywhere. Let's see what else we got going on in chat. We also got more noises in here. Let's quickly go through those. Fluffu Hammond is here, resubscribing for 4 months. Eagle Fam, gifted a sub to DTG Kosh. Thank you, Eagle, for gifting the sub. I appreciate that. DTG Kosh, you're now subscribed. You can throw emotes into chat. Maybe throw a love heart Eagle Fam's way for gifting you the sub. We got the 9 Gods, resubscribing for 46 months, saying, how are you doing today, Nick? Nico! Is that my nickname? What are you on about? You got the wrong streamer. The 9 Gods, welcome. Thank you ever so much. I appreciate it. Mrs. Gunn SXX has subscribed to Amazon Prime, and Whimsical Joshua has subscribed to Prime again. Thank you ever so much. I appreciate it, and hope you all join the stream. Let's have a look in chat. What are we talking about next? Where are we going from here? You know. Do you know where is Portugal? Says Gabby Savaldo. It is next to Spain. What is your view on Russell Howard? He's a comedian, isn't he? I've never just been brought into what he does. That's all I can say, really. Don't know a lot about, because I haven't really seen much of his stuff. That I haven't. You know, don't know too much. X, did you hear about the metal group Judas Priest? What happened with Judas Priest? You can't leave me hanging like that. What's the Priest news? Tell me my priests are okay still. Are they still hell-bent for leather? That's what I want to know. Antonio says, let's talk about bunnies. Antonio, thank you ever so much for 18 months of support. 2 Twitch babies right there. Appreciate you. Thank you ever so much, dude. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Why don't you put carpet on top of the wall? On the up? I don't know. I just like the transition a little bit more. Gives you a tiny little bit of extra movement, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Do you watch TV? Says Reddy. I feel like that's a bit narrow, but we'll wait. There's something very odd here. What's going on? Needs to go there. That's it. I think I'm actually going to make this all 1 block wider. Do you watch TV? I don't really like sit and watch TV and watch what's on. I've got a telly, it's got Netflix, it's got YouTube. When I eat, I sit in front of it and I put on something to watch. Lately, it's just been a lot of Rick and Morty. Just been rewatching those because I just find like I'm always trying to watch something new, and I end up just watching stuff that isn't really that interesting. I like watching documentaries and like informational videos as well. But lately, it's just been Rick and Morty, you know. Some classic humour right there. Dinner by the TV is a normal thing nowadays, says Mao Cow Chow. It is, isn't it? It is very normal now. Very much so. There we go. I think we'll put like a couple of dark oak trees, but then maybe try and put something around them to make them look a little bit more unique. So how about we perhaps try and space them out? So if we go 1 block and 2 across, we'll have that there. And then 1 down and 2 again would be here. And then 2 down, like somewhere around here. Can we put like a row of them in? Let's try and get 4. Actually, I think putting them in a row and trying to have them all neat and uniform ends up looking ugly a lot of the time. Let's swing that one in that direction. Swing this one in this direction. So there's a little bit of variance going on at least. Yeah, we'll do that. I kind of like the idea of swinging that one all the way over to there now. But no, we'll leave it like that. Right, so I need saplings, bone meal, and stair blocks. And we got Antonio 4230. No, wait. I read that one already. There was just another noise in my ear, right? I'm not going mad, am I? Could have swore I heard another noise in my ear. Judas Priest have been nominated for Introduction to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2020. About time. Jeez. Could have introduced them a long time ago. They've been cranking out records for... I mean, classic records for a long time, right? That Firepower record they put out, that got a lot of clout. I didn't really like get that sucked into it. I should maybe go listen to that one again. We could put spruce stairs around it. I've got a bunch of this. 2, 3, 4. Let's put about 12 of those. And then we've got to get the saplings. See, I already forgot, really. I came over here and then I totally forgot. Well done me with my forgetful brain. So I think we need 12. And then we need bone meal. What type of music do you listen to, says Tamer Karami126. If you head over to the YouTubes, to the Googles, sorry, the YouTubes, what am I on about? To the Googles, and you Google Asuma Music Blog, you will find my music blog where I write about music that I listen to, and that will let you know what type of music I'm into. I'm into a lot of types of music as it goes. A lot of type of music. Could you play the whole game when you're done? Says Life is a Dark. What, the whole Minecraft game? Pete, should we play Minecraft from start to end when we're done? I don't understand that question. There we go, got 1 in. Got 2 in. 3, I'm loving it. This area is going to be gorgeous. Number 4, come on now. Oh, right. We just built ourselves a little roofed forest biome over here. Kind of looks a bit wonky, but I'm just going to go with it. It is what it is. So then we're going to do this on the sides. And those bits will stay there until I'm ready to move them, basically. Oh, play the golf game when it's finished. Why would I play the game when it's finished? This is Hermitcraft. You make a game and then you never play it, right? Yeah, I do want to play it. I'll probably do a thing where I just invite everyone to play, or we do it on a stream. Like, not gonna make a big deal out of it being like a video series or anything too over the top. We'll just get peeps together and play it. It's my plan. Okay, so now we've got to focus on getting in these things. We are going to be low on the snow, so we better pack away some of the things that we don't need and go get some snowballs and stuff. It looks wonky because it's small, but once you're under it, it makes sense. It also looks cool from over here, I think. It'll probably look better when the plot around it is finished as well. Wi-Fi is so slow, chat responds, and Asuma so different, says Angel Tad. There is delays on the internet. Tommy Two Toes. Oh, I fell. Tommy Two Toes YT is here for 4 months, saying, when is Hermitcraft switching to 1.15? Love the stream. We will switch in 6 days if Optifine doesn't come out sooner. Okay, so I can probably put away the axe. Is that full of bars? It is now. Yeah, there's quite a few things here we can put away, right? Don't need those or them. Probably just chuck those in there for now. Bone meal can go in here. There you go, nice and clean again. Lanterns can go in that bit. So we're going to need glowstone. Probably not as much as 2 stacks, but we've got 2 stacks. We're going to need more white wool. So I need to grab my wool chest. That's not my wool chest. And then we need to go get snow after this. And specifically, I will need a particular type of shovel. One without silk touch. That is not the right chest. That is the incorrect chest. This is the correct one. Okay, let's have 2 of those. And then we need some dyes. Specifically that many. Nice. Cool. I wonder if I've got any more white concrete, you know? Doesn't look like it. Let's hope that's enough. Do you need much bandwidth to host Hermitcraft, says Mad Cow Chow. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's on a super duper, you know, all the bandwidth type server, so wouldn't really be able to tell you how much you need at minimum. Who wants to see X playing Terraria with mods, says Scrabapple. I probably not going to do that, but you know. Songbird T is here for 24 months, saying 2 whole years of Asuma Joy. Thank you ever so much, Songbird T. Diamond Face in chat, thank you ever so much for 2 years of support. That's incredible. Jojo the Pro says, trap the golf course, it would be perfect. Who says it isn't already trapped? What? We got Zoltan here for 4 months. Zoltan, thank you for your 4 months of support. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. You can shift click stuff into craftable in 1.15, says 4TDE. Yeah, if you go to my channel and watch my latest video, it is all about smaller quality of life changes like that, specifically. What time is it in England, says Commissar Junior. It is 7 o'clock. We've been streaming for 1 hour. Do you know what that means? It's time for an eye break. I'm going to do it today because I need to hydrate and I need to break my eyes. What? Break my eyes? That's not the point of an eye break. I'm just looking away from the computer now. You should do the same thing. I don't mean close the window. No, don't tune out of the stream. Just look away. Don't pull your phone out of your pocket. Alright? This is a moment for your eyes to get some quality, not looking at a screen time. Okay? Yes, I know the real world is boring. You're looking outside, you're thinking the graphics on my phone are better. Jeez, you're crazy. Anyway, you can take this opportunity to give your eyes a break, because the doctors, they recommend staring at a screen for an hour on end. Take 5 minutes off. Also, drink water and replenish your fluids. Get hydrated, peeps. Get hydrated. Right, now I said to the doctor, but I'm streaming. I'm not going to take 5 minutes. Everyone will go away. Mr. Belden says, eye break. I automatically start reading. That's not the point of an eye break. The point is to give your eyes a break. Jeez. Mad Cow Chow says, I went outside. The graphics were not pixelated. That means you haven't been looking at the computer screen for long enough. You look at it for longer, it'll become pixelated. Trust me. Wow, apparently I got a gifted sub while I was away and didn't even notice until now. Mega Block Lobster? You and 200 other people were gifted subs today, thanks to, oh god, the mustache. Felix the mustache. I kept thinking of a cat. Whenever the name Felix makes me think of like a fox or a cat. Is there like a Felix the Fox cartoon from my childhood that I'm now just remembering or something? If you don't have an eye break, your eyes will break, folks. That is very true, 8Brover. Very true. Wiser words have never been said, my friend. Right, let's pick up the rest of these and then we're probably good. Booyah. Boo to the ya. Felix Cat Food. Oh, yeah. It is, isn't it? It's a food brand for cats. Huh. Interesting. Right, let's get on with floor designs. And stuff, right? Let's start over here by just alternating these to begin with. We are also going to need dirt, which I do not have a lot of. Why did I put all the dirt away? I know I need dirt. I know I need the dirt. Let's go grab some more dirt. And that is our mission now, to get the dirt. Oh, apparently Felix the Cat is also an old cartoon. Alright. Okay, there we go. Grab that. Who's on the server right now, says Wingmaker26. Me and Cubfan. So just the dead are online. Just the dead. What are your favourite changes in 1.15? And what are your least favourite changes? I don't think I really have a least favourite change. I kind of just... I don't know, like, pretty much the things that I showed in my video today, right? Like, that's kind of why I made that video, because I really like all the little changes that they're making. I think it's good. It's positive. Let's do it like that. And then let's go put glowstone, like, here and there, for lighting's sake. So then we'll have a bit of snow, or I call it snow. I imagine it as snow being laid down, right? So then here it needs to kind of go up a level, or maybe it should have already done that. So we'll do that. Then this one can go to there and down by one. And then I think actually we'll rip that out. Put that there, so we'll have a little... Yep. And then that goes there. Sweet. Okay, that works. X, who demised Grian, says BG Monster Fan. At the moment, it is a mystery to be revealed. Okay, so this is concrete down here. And it'll stay concrete, except we're going to have a couple of bits of that, as always. Doesn't actually need to go up that high, does it? I've kind of like fallen into a thing where I've made it higher without realising it. Should I change that? I'm just going to correct it here. I think I'll just correct it here and let that be a unique feature of that area, you know? Ugh. Very nice snow terraforming. Terra snowing, says Voidrist. Well, apparently it's called landscaping. Every time I try and call it terraforming, I get my head bitten off in the comments. Okay, that'll do. So, if that's the thing, then we're going to go like this. It's all going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Beautiful! Beautiful stuff. Okay, that again here. Then we'll step it down. And then we'll put in a little bit of the carpet just there. Right, we got noises in the ear. It's Sniper Rifle for 9 months as a Twitch baby saying I rediscovered your YouTube channel earlier this year when we were in hospital with our own baby. Then I discovered you streamed, and 9 months later, here we are. Thanks for inspiring me with your creativity and positivity. Cheers. Sniper Rifle, thanks for sticking around for 9 months. I appreciate it. And what a cool way. What a cool way to discover. In the hospital with the baby. That's amazing. I thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Did I read the last one out? I don't think I did. Actually, how many am I behind by here? I think I'm a few behind. Hup Flupper is here for 3 months saying I think someone gifted. Thanks, whoever it was. Yes, we had lots of gifted subs today. Doomio Lag is here for 31 months in a row. And Red Skimmer for 8 months saying Merry Xmas times, everybody. I said Xmas, it says Asuma. Merry Asuma times. Asumus, as it were once known. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Oh, wait. That one there would be different, wouldn't it? Cool. That's all of it done on the outside now. It does look really odd over here, I do have to say. But I'm going to leave it like that But I'm going to change this bit here. I just don't like this bit. It's got to go. I can live with it now, at least. Some creative friends and myself are preparing to start our own version of Hermitcraft. Any advice on us? How does this start? Says Real Weaselstorm. Focus on what you will be doing as your objective, i.e. playing together and having fun. Do not do it for success. It's just like starting YouTube. If you're looking at Hermitcraft and thinking, I want to be as successful as that, that's always a recipe to fail. You got to get the other things right first, right? You got to be in it for the right reasons. And if it's playing together with your mates to have fun, then nothing can go wrong if you aim to do that. What I always recommend though is like lead by example. If you want people to be active, play mini games, participate in stuff like that, then you know, show them the way. Be the one creating those things if that's kind of what you envision, rather than expecting other people to do it, you know. Okay, this is all higher over here. Yeah, we might have a little bit of a problem figuring out this height difference stuff, but we'll probably get it done, right? We usually do. So we can do that, then drop down by one there. I think I might have that bit just go in here. That kind of works. And then that can come over here. Is this going to be more snowy bits? I think it is now. And I'm going to have that go that way. Because, let's also put a glowstone there. This is probably going to be a little bit higher, isn't it? So far we're kind of making it work. Which is good. Okay, over here then. Yeah, that'll work. Jason Cooper says, X, what is the number tracking by your names on the tab menu? I thought it was deaths, but I could have sworn it said 18,000 plus. That's the amount of minutes we've been on the server for, basically. Snow layer is a great idea, says Yikes from Dialg. Well, snow layers have been used elsewhere in this build. Problem with snow layers is that they melt from the light. So if I put snow layers here, they're all going to melt away, basically. Which is unfortunate. Let's put a light source there. And have that for now. As you can see, we're going to have to step this up. So that would be snow. The next one would be concrete. Get rid of that, get rid of that. And come back round to this side again, I think. Is that all my concrete gone? No, thank goodness. Praise the Lord. Said that on a stream the other day, didn't I? Never said it before, just started saying praise the Lord, you know? Why not? Why not praise that Lord? Okay. Now we've got to bump it up a little bit again. NPO says, when will a new season of Hermitcraft start, do you think? I think a new season of Hermitcraft will probably start after this one has finished. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's when it will start. I think it's unlikely it would start before this season's finished. But you never know, you know. Do you believe in a god, says Durjalop. I do not believe, or am not convinced, in the existence of any god I have ever heard described. I was listening to something about that the other day, about agnosticism and atheism. And like, these people were basically arguing that being agnostic is atheist, but I don't think so. I think the term exists for a reason, right? Let's put a light source right there. I'd rather praise the Lordy who won Eurovision 2006 as building. Brilliant. Okay, what are we on? Concrete here, so we'll do it like that. And then snow for this one. Oh, that was... Wait, what am I doing? So all slick and smooth up to here. Let's go around to this side. Being agnostic is closer to being religious than non-religious. Ah, okay. So Tesla plays. They were arguing the other way. I would argue that being agnostic is being way closer to being an atheist than religious. So I define myself as probably an apathetic agnostic, yet I'm very interested in hearing about views and opinions and stuff, so I like to listen to discussions and debate around the topic of like the existence of God, agnosticism, etc. But I personally just feel like it's not something I have to have answered, and I actually feel like not having the answer makes the most sense to me. Right? So that's kind of my opinion on that. As for what you think the definition means, you know, it depends on what you hear and read, right? Different thoughts and opinions on stuff exist. I would say though that, like, I would say that being agnostic, from the ways I've heard it described, would really, in most ways I've heard it described, be more not for religion, like being non-religious, right? Like, I'm very non-religious. If there's one thing I'm sure of, it's that I'm not going to be part of a religion. Because in terms of like, does God exist? Could there be something out there? If there could be, I'm pretty sure it ain't something we've already written in a book. You know? That's just my feelings. Based on things that I've heard. What do you even think that a god is, says Scrabapple. Well, that's the other thing, like, it's it can be described in so many ways, right? The kind of like, you know, bearded god up in the sky, stroking his beard, you lot behave down there or I won't let you into heaven. That stuff, it feels mostly nonsense to me. But other ideas of God, maybe a little bit more understandable. I mean, us existing, the universe we're in, the fact that we're here, all very mysterious stuff, difficult questions to answer. And I gravitate more towards science, because with science, you know, you can come up with like the laws of gravity and thermodynamics, and then in reality you can go, here are these things working. Okay, it works, you can apply it. But I don't see anything religion is offering as doing the same thing. So if the scientific consensus is that, you know, we have no way to prove that God exists, you have as much way of proving that he doesn't exist as well, right? But that's kind of what I gravitate more towards, is like, if you can like say something is something and then show me it, then that makes so much more sense. Talbar says, science accepts mistakes, religion doesn't. Well, I think by design, religion like wouldn't make a mistake because it's doctrine, right? Like, yeah, in religion you have all sorts of different religions that interpretate scripture differently, and then you have breakaway religions where, you know, Christianity and other things like divert because people disagree on what the texts mean. I consider myself agnostic because my life is not about whether I do or don't believe in God. Does God exist? Maybe. But it doesn't make an impact on my life. I also don't really want to subscribe to any one religion because I don't necessarily want to associate my professional brand with any religious community, says, excuse me, Just Gain Art. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, actually, yeah. Very similar to that, I guess. I don't think you can prove there is or isn't a God, says Scrabapple. Yes, you can't. But the point with that is that you can apply it to anything, right? Like, you can't prove or disprove that lemons are secretly running and controlling society with their mind control technology, okay? The lemons are doing everything, okay? You think that thought that, no, that's nonsense, was original? That was the lemon! The lemon put it there! You can't not prove it. You lot are just being controlled by the lemons. I'm a free thinker over here. Alright? Lemon heads! You're a bunch of lemon heads! Okay, so we made another little section way. Section way? That just doesn't make any sense. Section way, that doesn't work at all. So I think we're going to have 2 more golf courses here. I'm going to do one over there. I'm going to try and get Cub on one. I don't know if I asked Cub or not. By the way, did I ever turn off my VPN? I did, good, because I just realised that I'm streaming. Can you see that rotten connection to the server? I used my VPN to try and get around it earlier, and it helped, and then I just noticed that it was rotten, and it made me think, did I turn my VPN off? Because if I'm streaming over the VPN, that's pretty impressive that it works, to be fair. How does a VPN help with connection to the services, Blackjack? It forces the game to take a different route. Let's see what kind of interest you did. Yeah, I never actually answered him. VPN causes lag, says Mad Cow Chow. Well, VPN requires your connection to not go directly to where you want to go, but through an encrypted tunnel of other connections. So it will perform a little less in terms of speed, but sometimes it can be good because, you know, whatever the different nodes of connections are doing to get me to Canada right now, like at this time of day I keep having issues for the last few weeks. And I don't know where that issue is, but if I connect to a different country for a VPN, it forces the servers that I'm using to go on a different route, and therefore the connection performs better. Right? Like, think of it like traffic, okay? Let's do this. Let's use Minecraft in-game, okay? Let's think about traffic, right? Point A... It would be nice to have just a totally flat little area here actually to work with. Let's see. Okay, get rid of some of this stuff. Right. Point A. Oh, not that. I meant my mini golf. Lol. In Xmas area. So point A, point B. Quickest way is like that, right? So when I connect, it's just going to try and find the quickest way. And so if a lot of people are connecting from there to there, a lot of people take the quickest direction. When I use a VPN, we go over to this point, and then we come back around this way. So that way's longer. Clearly that's longer, right? But if this is really trafficked and busy and it's got issues, then I'm making it take a different route to get to the server. Does that make sense? Mad Cow Chow says, FYI, I'm a network engineer by profession. No need for an explanation. So you get it. Lol, explaining VPN's Minecraft style, says Moon Elf Priestess. You know it, you know it. Only if you want to. So yeah, if Cub wants to, he can do one. Doesn't the routing of the internet take into account traffic, says Blackjack? It might do. It doesn't mean it's going to get the right results though, right? But I don't know if it does or it doesn't. So the one that I want to do anyway is going to be the last one, obviously. We've got to come up with like a super duper cool concept for that. Cub says I can do one. Awesome. Well, Cub and False are going to be doing these two over here, I believe. Is the idea. We should probably cover up my little storage area to some extent. Like, try and make it clear that that down there is just my little storage spot for now. In case someone wants to move in and start building, right? We will, Cub, we will. We'll get this done. This project's, you know, too amazing. I can't believe we didn't last Christmas, to be fair. MPO97 says, hey, you told in a previous stream that you did fitness. What is your opinion on protein shakes? Good question. Protein shakes are supplemental, meaning that you supplement them with your diet. You know, I'm still not entirely 100% sure if I use the word supplement correctly or not. But the idea being, like, when you need more of but can't get, or it's not convenient, then you use it. So, in terms of fitness, why would you need more protein in your diet? Well, depends on what your goals are, really, and what type of fitness you're into. A lot of studies are generally showing that, you know, decent sources of protein. It's not a mixed opinion on this stuff, so don't take everything that I'm saying at face value. Have a look into these things yourself, because wherever there's one study saying this thing, there's another study saying another one. But in general, protein sources from even soy, meat and dairy and other sources like beans. Quite a lot of sources of protein are good for you. But protein is very much like a building block for your body. Carbohydrates are generally for energy, I think, and fat is more for stored energy. And then there's nutrients and minerals and vitamins mixed in amongst all of that. But anyway, Mini Gamma says, just eat a balanced diet, no supplements needed. Well, like I said, it depends on your goals, right? I consume a lot of protein, and about 160 grams a day at least. And I tell you what, for my goals, switching to a high protein diet, I absolutely see and feel it. Like, I get so much return on my time invested in the gym. But it's because I'm bodybuilding, it's because I'm trying to do something that protein helps me do. I think in general, for a lot of people, getting a good amount of protein is good. I don't know what the recommendation would be, but I know that it's higher if you're into something like bodybuilding, right? Naturally, it would be higher because it's used to build muscle. Too much protein can affect the kidneys, and too much can be harmful and can just be as bad as consuming anything that isn't natural for the human body. Moon Elf Priestess, I looked into that, you know, if I'm going to consume lots of protein, what's safe, what's healthy. From what I've read, the studies on that, you know, the numbers that have been given, you have to really go out of your way to consume a crazy amount of protein. It's actually quite difficult to get, like if you're eating just traditional meals, good healthy stuff that you've prepared yourself, it's really difficult to, even with like supplements, to get to a place where protein starts to apparently you know, hurt your kidneys, as you described. So I wouldn't worry about that. I mean, you'd really be overdoing it. Tuxaban says average person is 70 grams recommended. I thought it was higher. I thought it was more like 100. But then here's the thing, right? When I say I'm eating 160, I also like churn for about 3,300 calories a day on average. Like that's just like what my body and my metabolism does. Most people apparently it's around like 2,000. So, you know, that's like an extra. I have an extra third, so that would put me at 105. Plus I'm bodybuilding, so you know, it goes up to 150. But it's not. Matt says, why are vegans always trying to get their food to taste like meat? I don't get that either. I also happen to really like a lot of those products, like corn and some of the Impossible Meat stuff. They're really great. I just think, why call this meat? Because it's not. But it's kind of great anyway. Like, some of the best food I've eaten is vegan cuisine. I think cooking with vegetables and plants, absolutely brilliant. You can make some of the best meals of that stuff. I'm pretty content with not eating meat. I just eat it for my goals, really. Corn isn't vegan. No, corn spelt with a Q. Look it up. Q-U-O-R-N. Corn. Not corn. C-O-R-N. Where are we at? Kim Locke is here. Resubscribed for 3 months saying, long live mini golf. Glad to see this area being used again. Yeah, I think it's a really popular project. I mean, it's highly stylized. Oh, I totally just had an idea. We need an underground mini golf course. That's our thing. Over here, we're going to make this one underground, okay? We're going to do something with height here. So I'm going to actually just start digging out this entire area now that I know what it is. That's my gimmick for this last hole. We're going to do something with height, big time. Maybe there's like a surface area and then you go underground and there's like an underground bit. Could be really cool, right? That's our thing for this hole. So yeah, what was the original question about protein? Like, supplements, wasn't it? So, you know, you should use supplements as a convenience. I tend to get about 1 protein shake in a day and maybe like a protein bar. I like this rolled oats one that I've got, so it's not like a chocolate candy bar. It's like a like an oat thing, like oats and whey probably mixed together. I am just 190 lbs and active. My body demands at least 50 grams of protein before noon alone, and then I add food in there as a supplement. In average, my body likes 70 to 110 grams a day depending on activity, says Kiki Sinfox. It's interesting that you weigh up protein to activity, because I find that carbohydrates is what I do for activity. Like if I've got like some juice, I might have like a glass of juice while I'm working out, so I get some carbohydrate energy in there. Because your muscles store glycogen, which is created through carbohydrates, and that gives you the energy to push and pull and do whatever you're doing when you're weightlifting. Now, you can exhaust yourself while you're doing that, so I just try and have a little bit of carbohydrates while I'm actually doing that. Some vegan converts miss meat, and getting to eat something similar to what they miss is really great for them. I'm a vegetarian and I do not like the fake meat foods. To each their own, says Case Walker, Space Talker. Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's to help people do that. That's why they exist, and that's why they try to make it like meat, right? Yeah, you're absolutely right. That is the reasoning behind it. For me, as someone who like can take or leave meat, I mean, I really do enjoy meat. It's tasty. It's damn nice. But like, I don't know. I just feel like I'd be all right without it, and I went without it for many years. But yeah, so from my perspective, it's kind of like, I could take this as you just saying, hey, this is a food, eat it, and I'll go, oh, that's nice. But then again, I tend to eat anything. Jason Cooper says, protein builds the muscle, glucose in carbs is for energy. Yes. So anyway, well, to answer the question finally, I think, you know, again, depending on your goals, if you're athletic, if you're practicing a sport, cycling, running, weightlifting, whatever, like you probably want more protein. If you have a more sedentary lifestyle, maybe you only do a little bit of exercise and whatnot, then you probably don't really need to worry about the protein that much, right? Because it's a building block. So if you're, you know, building up your fitness level, that's going to translate into your body and muscle and all of that. Do you do calisthenics, says Tallyhookface. Not really, but I really like it and want to do more of it. I mean, I do a little bit of this and that. I do yoga, and so sometimes you do like stuff with your abdominals. So you'll be like on the mat on your bum, and you put your legs sort of like up into the air and out forward. And then you're leaning backwards and you've got your arms forward, and then you might like stretch your legs out straight and then bring them back again, and all of that stuff is like calisthenics for working your abdominals. I can never give up meat. It's what the cavemen are, right? Says Durite is the best block. There's actually... I heard something recently that if you look through our evolution as a species through skulls that they find and date. So they find a skull, they're like, we found a caveman skull, let's date it. Then they start to piece together our evolution. We found skulls that had these teeth in and then these ones, and they order them, and like you can see a pattern. And something I was listening to the other day was saying that some of the earliest ones were not meat eaters because of the type of teeth that you had. They were all flat like your molars at the back. So if you put your tongue on your teeth, right, your front ones are sharp, to the side of them you've got the piercing ones. That's for chewing into the meat. Round the back you've got your flatter ones for crunching down on vegetables and leaves. And supposedly some of the earlier men, or man, or you know what I'm saying, us, had more of these molars all the way around to the front, and it meant that they were traditionally or originally herbivores, right? And then became omnivores later on. And we're not carnivores. I think the carnivore diet is ridiculous. I can see why it's applicable to some people in certain situations. Apparently the carnivore diet can be good for if you have, like, what do they call it? I can't remember the terminology, but basically you have problems with your gut and food and eating, and you're always reacting to stuff, and for some people carnivore diet can be a solution to that. But for most people, man, have a balanced diet, get lots of vegetables in there, you know, don't eat sweets and chocolates and sugars. It's all pretty obvious. X, people ask you what do you... X, when people ask what you do, what do you say? A lot of YouTubers complain that saying they're YouTubers is embarrassing, but they end up saying online entertainer, which sounds like they make adult content. It depends on the context. If it's like for an application or something businessy, then it will probably be like, you know, online entertainer. But when I explain to people that I do YouTube and I make YouTube videos, there is like a little bit of embarrassment there, but I tend to just like not pay attention to that. The usual thing is just like people either get it or they don't. There's not usually like a middle ground. It's like someone will be like, oh, okay, like when you sort of like, hey, I play video games, I make videos of it, and then I upload that and people watch it and enjoy it. Sometimes you really got to explain it to people, you know, because they don't get it. And then other times people are like, I know what you do, I watch YouTube myself, I get it. Like, you don't need to explain any further, right? I think it's with people who don't get it that it's a little bit more awkward. But, you know, kind of like I said a second ago about embarrassment, it's just not worth your energy. Alright, it's a bit awkward, whatever, move on, you know. But most of the people I explain what I do to kind of like, you know, explain it, and then they're like, alright, cool, you know, hope you enjoy that. So no Christmas cake, chocolate mince pies this year, says Minging Mama. Well, the thing is, you know, you can eat cake, you can eat chocolates and sugars. It's not gonna do all the damage in one go, is it? You know, it's if you eat too much of that stuff over time, it's gonna catch you up. If you eat lots of vegetables and healthy, you know, fruit and healthy foods, you know, freshly prepared food, avoid the fast food, all that kind of stuff, right? Over time, you're going to get healthier because of it. It's a process, really. And, you know, like, we're humans, and we're surrounded by all these pressures to eat all these delicious cakes and treats, and it's just about your relationship with it, how you think and feel about it. And can you be okay with doing those things less for the benefit of your health? For me, I've gotten pretty good at avoiding the sugary treats, the cakes and the snacks, and I'm pretty good at sticking to my healthier diet. But you do need to indulge every now and then. And Adam, I'm just reading your message. The embarrassing part is when you tell someone what they do and they immediately start watching your video right in front of you. That hasn't happened to me, but that's the one thing I don't want to do. I'm like, don't play my videos while I'm here. Just don't do that. Every once in a while, Suma needs a Pop-Tart, says Songbird T. You remember, my friend. But I've actually like squashed that one. I just got to a point where I'd be eating it and I'd be like, this is no longer that satisfying to me. And I think it's because I've gotten more satisfaction out of having good old healthy foods. Like, I really start to enjoy, like, I had a bowl of vegetables earlier and I loved it. Like, and I think as I enjoy what I know is good for me more, it becomes easier for me to resist temptations. I've had quite a few temptations recently that I've just been like, yeah, do you know what? This is just like this temporary moment where I get a little bit of satisfaction, but this food ain't contributing to my goals, right? Pop-Tart ain't got a lot about it that's nutritious or, vitamins. It's not really contributing to my health. And yeah, I know it's a very tiny thing in one instance, but I know it adds up as well. So I have my moments. I have my treats. I was about to say cheat meals. I don't really call them cheat meals, but I indulge a little bit from time to time, right? You got to, but just less with time, really. And when it comes to Christmas, man, I am going to indulge in Christmas. I turn off my phone at Christmas, like no calorie counting, just a few days of eating good food and puddings, and just having a good time with the family, you know. Like, just indulge a little bit. I look forward to it all year. What are your favourite foods to indulge, says Sass Muffin? You know, here's the thing. I need to start making a list, because this Christmas I can choose to have a few things that I wouldn't normally have. I'm going to have a full English breakfast. I'm going to have cheese on toast. And when I'm indulging this time around, I'm not thinking like, let's get Pop-Tarts and ice cream going. I've kind of been turned off of ice cream a lot as well. I want to have my more, towards that healthier scale again, right? Like just more treats that I know are more in that direction. Like rice pudding. I have a lot of almond-made rice pudding with no sugar in anymore. And that's a bit of a treat, but it's nowhere near as bad as the sugary stuff. So it'll probably be things like that. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Then you feel awful for a week, says Stardust. Yeah, I'm avoiding that as well. I'm going to, not gouge, but just indulge. Right, I don't know what to do next because I feel like I need to put on the creativity hat and I'm a bit more in the grind mode, right? But I want to make some sort of multi-level thing going on here. I also want to respect the fact that we got that there going into this space, so I could put down some more of this dirt around here, but I don't think it's particularly helpful because the levels are going to be like, you know, the floors go up and down a little bit here anyway. I'm not sure if there's too much more for me to do, I guess, is what I'm saying. Could definitely fill out some of this over here. X, did you check the Emerald Store? Says best moustache ever. I did. We got noises in the air and I'm really far behind on them, so let's actually catch up. Let's see. Kimlock for 3 months saying long live minigolf. I read that one already, didn't I? Thank you again for your support, though. May Gubbins is here subscribing with Amazon Prime. Voyagerist is here throwing cheers and bits, saying bits for the holiday season. Twitch Unity. Hope you're doing well and haven't made any prank calls lately. That was a face reveal joke. P.S. Did you hear really imitated Jurassic Park? Did you hear really imitated Jurassic Park? They found a preserved dinosaur tail in amber, complete with fluids, feathers, and blood remnants. Whoo! That sounds like something I'm going to look up. Let me copy that message so I can look it up after the stream. For some reason, when I select text in Twitch Labs, it likes to continuously flicker and select something I didn't select. It's so irritating. Thank you for the cheers and bits, dude. We got 1ND Digital with cheers and bits saying, X, have you ever thought about doing a video on server-side things like optimizations and things like fabric? Looking to optimize my home server and possibly add some light fabric mods. Not really, because I wouldn't know what to optimize. Like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, off the top of my head, there's like 1 or 2 things we know about, but yeah, not sure what to suggest, really. Frozen Ketchup is here for 2 months, saying, hey X, always love your calming voice. Do you have any tips on fitness? I am skinny and have low endurance. Well, I would say, we've just been talking about fitness. Eat healthy, lots of vegetables, good wholesome meals. Avoid the packaged, pre-processed foods. Go to the fresh fruit and veg aisle and learn to cook some good nutritional movies. Wait, why are people saying spoilers? What happens? Hang on. Spoilers? Oh, jeez! The dragon! Look the other way! It's an exclusive preview. If you're skinny, I mean, I would prefer to give advice from my own situation, which was getting rid of fat and putting on lean mass. But I'd recommend first of all starting off with eating healthy. Work on sleeping 8 hours a day. Learn how to get a good night's sleep. You need that. And then work on your exercise. If you've got low endurance, take it 1 day at a time. If you go for a run and you last 5 minutes, that's great. Next day or next time you do it, it's 6 minutes is your goal. Okay, it might suck. Do 6 minutes again, then do 7, and just do it in small little increments, right? If throwing yourself in the deep end don't work for you, you can do it in little increments as well. After a couple of weeks, you might be at 10 minutes of running at a time, and that's how you work on your endurance. I believe we might have someone coming over here. Oh, I thought it was Cub to claim a hole, perhaps. I hope Impulse doesn't want to claim one. Because they're all claimed. Oh, I feel bad now. Because Cub's doing one. Maybe we could build a secret underground hole, Like there's all this area down here. The 19th hole. Let's see what Impulse says, because we could probably squeeze something in around here, Alright, he's going to give it some thought. That's fair enough, we've also got Not Fluffy Free, subscribe with Amazon Prime. Not Fluffy, thank you so much for your subscription, I appreciate it. And Jared O'Free James to subscribe with Amazon Prime. Thank you ever so much, Jared James, I appreciate that as well. Maybe Impulse could design a practice area. That's a good suggestion, because there is this whole like area over here that was going to be... Well, we got the tutorial area down here. Tutorial. You know, before you get in there and go, oh, it's not said like that. Tutorial. I'm talking about a tutorial. We've got this here that could be used for something, but I don't know what I'd put in here. If someone came along and was like, I know what to put in here, then they could do that. Maybe little murals, like Cleo could build some murals of people playing golf, but I'm just going to leave that. I don't really know what to put in there. Unlikely you'll share, but who will you be voting for this election, says Jason Cooper. Oh, well, that's a whole other topic, isn't it? I won't get into that right now. Right, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up, peeps, because I ain't got much else to do now. It's time for the video, right? Wait, final point. Feral says, whenever Asuma's talking about healthy fitness lifestyles, I just sit here and feel guilty about my life. Dude, take that feeling and let it direct you. That's that voice inside of you that tells you to do the right thing. We all know we need to do a little bit more of this and that, right? And when I, you know, obviously I do a lot of exercise and stuff. I never used to, alright? I used to be a couch potato. And I used to eat terribly. And I followed that little voice that made me go, oh man, I need to do more of this, I need to do more of that. And that was the best thing to do that, to follow that voice. Okay? Because it'll push you in the right direction. You've got to realise that voice is your friend. And Sweet Sandy says, don't make huge changes. Make mini steps that you can do and not fail, then take another step. I agree with that approach as well. For some people are like flip of a coin. Oh, now I'm going to do all this health and fitness. I was a gradual person. I've always been gradual with most things that I do. So I would always recommend, naturally, trying the gradual way. Do it a bit at a time. Because it's easier to do a 5-minute run rather than be like, right, I'm going to run half an hour every day. No, it's easier just to start off with something small and then build on it. Maybe your starting is going to be like, right, I'm going to do 20 push-ups, I'm going to do 20 sit-ups, I'm going to do some star jumps, and that's it for today. But tomorrow you can do 21 of each. And then you can do 22. And before you know it, a month goes by and you're doing 50 a day. Like, it's just something like that. So, that's... Anyway, let's wrap this up. Tron2KSA is here for 9 months. Saying, X, how's it going? Listening to any new bands? I've been listening to a lot of Trivium lately. Need something new. Just now dropped in. Stream is ending. Darn. Tron2KSA, thank you for your 9 months of support. Go check out the music blog. Aurora, I would recommend. That's what I've been listening to. A lot of Aurora. So, yes, that's the end of the live stream. Thank you everyone for tuning in today ever so much. I appreciate it. Be sure to hit the follow button before you head out of here. Thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. Thank you for all the gifted subs. We had over 200 of them today. Felix, if you're still there, I appreciate that ever so much. I'm looking for a channel to go raid. Gonna raid my buddy Mon PGC. Oh, if I could say it properly. PJC, who made the clicker that you saw in the fishing video. This chap helped make it possible, which is awesome. Right, we're starting a raid. So this is the end of the video. Be sure to hit that raid button in chat. And yeah, thank you. I'll see you all later. Take care. Bye-bye.